right, we are live.
All right.
After
what? Fuck, it's been
2.5, 3 months hiatus.
What? Yeah. Where's the camera? I don't even know where it's pointing here.
Right in the middle of the
ring light. Okay.
Room there,
okay. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Rec Room. What is this? Episode
18.
18. Oh, lucky 18. That's my lucky number. Perfect. All right, so we're back, and as you can see, we're kind of like Elon Musk. We're going to a new space.
This is our new studio.
This is the new studio. All thanks to Mr. Josh Massier for putting this together. It looks pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was working shut down for the past couple months, and then I was like, you know what? I got a new massage chair for the living room. Let's turn this space into.
I saw that. The hole cut in the bottom was pretty cute too.
Yeah, it's not bad. It works.
Real deep massage.
Yeah, just don't worry about any noises you hear.
Hey, it's your house for a reason. But yeah, so we're back, and of course we've got a special guest today. Somebody who has been a friend of the podcast for a long time, but you guys haven't seen. It's Ray, my new puppy. And Robert Gaetzman's here too.
The homeless man
with
a big beard.
Yeah, it's really nice of Happy Gilmore's Caddy to come join us again.
You're not homeless, or you don't have a beard anymore?
Both.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I thought the overpass kicked you out.
They did. The trash pandas had enough of me.
The trash pandas. Okay, well.
They weren't very cuddly, were they?
No.
You just had to smear yourself in bacon.
More or less like cow butter.
Cow butter.
Yeah.
Is there any other kind?
Like margarine?
Margarine. It's not really butter.
Can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter. All right. Well, this topic is veered off already. You can tell we've been a while. But okay, boys. So today we were thinking about, I wanted to add this segment. It's called Over Under. And it's about something that's either overappreciated piece of shit or it's an underappreciated gem. And of course, to kick this off, what I was thinking we talk about is one of my favorite subjects, movies. Now, I know Rob has been chomping at the bit here. Rob has a movie that you want to say is overrated or underrated.
I would have to say, which is underrated, would be Big Trouble in Little China. It should have won an award.
It did win an award, didn't it?
It won a Saturn Award, a nomination.
It got a nomination, a Saturn Award, but you had pulled up the
thing. It was a ridiculously long.
Yeah, I got the East Regional Martial Arts Cult Award.
Did you watch that when you were living in the movie theater at the time, or
no? It was a movie I grew up with.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Have you ever seen it?
Never.
No,
never.
Okay. Never even heard of it.
Kurt Russell. Mm-hmm. Here, pull it up.
Yep.
Kurt Russell is the star. Kim Cattrall plays his love interest.
Yep. A very young Kim Cattrall.
Yes, very, very young. You know her from Sex and the City. She played.
I never watched one episode.
Well, I know, but you knew of it. She played like the old one that fucked everybody. If you've ever heard of it, I think her name was Samantha.
She sounds like a really nice lady.
She was, yeah. She was just into all that shit. But
it starred James Hong.
James Hong.
I know Asian actor who played very many. He was in Kung Fu Panda. He played Mr. Ping. He was also in R.I.P. He was Nick's avatar.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, okay, so who directed it?
The director is George Lucas.
George Lucas.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So you think it's underrated. You think it's an underrated gem and it deserves more love from the cinema community.
Actually, that was a correction. It wasn't George Lucas who made this movie. Sorry, it was John Carpenter.
Yeah, I was going to say George Lucas.
Movie,
yeah, you were thinking
John
American
Carpenter
Graffiti.
made this movie. Yeah,
John Carpenter. Okay, John Carpenter, a legendary director and effects guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's a lot of practical effects in this movie.
And it's actually classified as a horror.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I would say there's not many elements of horror, but it's very common.
I would think this movie is on the lines. Have you ever seen Army of Darkness?
No.
No? What? Oh, God, Josh, get out and watch
Do you watch movies?
Honestly, I either am working on my house or I'm at work.
Yeah, but these are old movies. These were before you had a job.
Yeah, these are movies these are movies like my dad.
I grew up on like John Wayne and stuff like that.
Ray, she's gonna be a putz.
So you're thinking of like John Wayne movies? Like, holy shit, I haven't watched.
My dad knows John Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, I know of John Wayne.
Life is tough. It's even tougher if you're stupid.
Wasn't John Wayne in For a Few Dollars More?
I don't know. Why don't you Google it on your phone right there? John Wayne's
filmography.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that I've seen this movie. I've seen it many times. Mm-hmm. I like Kurt Russell. And, I mean, when was it released? Just find that for me.
It was released in 1990.
Isn't Kurt Russell also quite the Broadway performer?
Kurt Russell's done lots. He's been acting since he was like 12.
Yes.
And I mean, he's 70 now. So he's been doing quite well for himself.
Pretty sure he's immortal.
Well, that's what I mean. He's one of those guys. He's like Burt Reynolds' sober brother.
Like he
the
played,
one that lived anyway.
He played himself in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, pretty much. That's what he does nowadays. Kurt Russell just plays himself. He was also in The Hateful Eight. Great
Yes.
movie. Anyway, back to Big Trouble in Little China.
It was made in 1986.
Okay, 86. That's what I thought. Because the reason I have to disagree with you, this thing's overhyped. Because, first of all, it didn't win awards for many reasons. It is campier than all fuck. It is badly acted, hammed up. Like, this is not one of Kurt Russell's fine, nuanced performances. This was like him just like Snake Plissken in Escape from L.A.
Ray.
Okay. But, like, it was just bad. It was cheese. And nothing good was made in the 80s. Nothing. At all. That whole fucking decade was just a wash. And I was born in the 80s, so, you know, I'm biased, but I'm saying I came out of the 80s. It was terrible.
But that was the point.
And it does not hold up.
I think a new category at the Academy Awards should be put in for, like, campy, you know.
It's called comedy.
I know, but it wasn't comedy, right?
Yes, it was. It was nothing but jokes.
But it wasn't meant to be comedy. It just ended up becoming
That's
that.
my point.
Right.
The Room wasn't meant to be comedy. It was meant to be a drama. But it was so fucking hilariously bad, it's a comedy. You can't pick your genre. You have to just go with how the movie sits.
I guess.
And that's why I think it's overhyped. I think it was fine for the time. In 86, you know, practical effects were really good. John Carpenter did a good job. It was entertaining.
What do you call it? That natural effects.
Practical
effects.
Practical special effects, yes. And it was. And if you watch that movie, there is a scene that is eerily reminiscent to, do you remember when Total Recall, when the head blows up?
Yeah.
It's very much like, or no, sorry, when he goes out on the Mars and his
head
space
explodes,
goes,
yeah.
There's one of the gods that dies in a very, very similar fashion.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it even looks like the fucking
Well, no,
same shot.
I liked a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies.
Quentin Tarantino's fucking great, man. I could do a whole show just on his fucking
filmography. That guy
filmography.
has such a fucked up head.
He does, but he's so beautiful at making it stylistic.
Like,
he was the guy that invented like the long conversation, you know, and it was all stylized because if you notice every single show he has starts with a really long conversation with some widget and somebody gets shot. That's like fucking Tarantino 101.
Kurt Russell in the one that he made too.
He was in several. He was in The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
He was in Death Proof.
Death Proof is my favorite one by Tarantino.
Really,
I like that one.
That was one of his few I don't really care for. Like, it was okay. It just was kind of dumb. That and Grindhouse, I didn't like.
I think the reason why I like that so much is because it kind of reminded me of like almost a B-rated movie, and I'm a huge fan of B-rated movies.
Well, it was cheese. It was 100% cheese.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why it was one of my favorites.
And that's and I think that's what he was going for, because at the beginning of that movie, there's those trailers, right? Machete comes back, kills you, hey bitches, you know, like
Wolf Cop. That's a cool B-rated movie.
That's what I mean. That's what they were going for. I mean, certainly Big Trouble in Little China was going for that. I just think so many other movies have done it better. Army of Darkness, for one. Army of Darkness started out from Evil Dead. And Evil Dead was the first movie I remember watching as a kid that scared the shit out of me.
Really?
I was 5 years old. It was right before I was going to school. My dad rented it. We watched it in the afternoon in a fully lit basement. I had to spin around in his chair and like cover my eyes because I was fucking terrified.
It was The People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, I saw that one. That
one made me have nightmares.
Yeah. I couldn't even watch that one, man.
I swear I sprinted up the stairs at home for like 5 years after that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's what Evil Dead did to me. I watch it now as an adult. It's fucking laughably bad. But it was so bad, similar to Big Trouble in Little China. They kind of said, fuck it, let's lean into it. The Evil Dead 2 was even funnier. Like, it was pretty... He got a chainsaw hand at the end of it. Yeah. You know, like, it was just like, let's just go fucking camp. And then Army of Darkness was like their coup de grace. It was so funny.
Boomstick.
Yeah, this is my boomstick. And, you know...
And don't you primitives touch me.
What was that one that Bruce Willis is in when he's like, hold up the pack of smokes?
Hold up the pack.
Jack Black was holding up the pack of smokes and he blows his arm off with the automated rifle.
Yeah, no, that's the movie Jackal.
Jackal.
Oh, yeah, yes. That's the guy he buys the gun from and he wants to test it. Yeah,
that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was Jack Black, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's what he just said.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He just said. Are you listening at all?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we invited you.
Welcome to the Rec Room
Yeah,
podcast.
Yeah. Hey, welcome.
So, Rob, you want to do a podcast later?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his name is Rob.
Yes.
Just so you know.
It
for
is.
Later.
Yeah. Just so you guys.
I noticed you didn't wear your name tag today. So.
No. God, he's wearing his weed hoodie.
I'm just joshing.
Show
you.
sponsored by Weed. WID. Shop at Weed.
Okay. Well, that's ridiculous.
And we're gonna need something from you guys.
Yeah, we're literally going to get sued by weed now.
I was speaking of movies that scared you guys. One that scared me that I know you guys would laugh at would be I was 10 years old and it was Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my god!
I had to sleep for a week with a
love-
glass of milk by my bed every night.
I love Ernest movies.
I
man.
love those. Ernest was hilarious.
that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy
Troll
was
was kind of menacing at the
stupid.
time.
Ernest was
yeah.
a dedicated actor too, though.
It was.
Jim Varney knew his lane. Knew what he did well, and he just did it. He said, "Screw it. Let's make him laugh. Let's." He was
was a
like
good
Jim
actor.
Carrey before Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but he had one like Jim Carrey can do a couple of different films. Jim Varney was always Ernest. He was Ernest from. He's like Larry the Cable Guy
and
or
he
Jeff
did it
Foxworthy.
so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he killed it. He killed it.
Yeah.
They did overdo it a bit.
Yeah.
After a while.
So what's your underrated movie right now?
If I'm picking action genre, we were talking about this. The most criminally underrated movie that I know of is Dread.
Now, which one?
Seen it.
Which Dredd?
No. The second
Carl
one.
Urban.
Carl Urban.
Okay.
Fucking Stallone's Judge Dredd. It's called Judge Dredd, not Dredd.
Right.
That's why they're different.
Right.
But
Wasn't
it
there
was,
Club Dread as well?
Club Dread was by Broken Lizard, the same guys that did Super Troopers.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that was a comedy. Dread was a fucking great movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was a killer action movie. They fucking nailed that dystopian future thing. The backstory was very good. The whole psychic, like the whole movie was good. And one of the coolest things is it's about like this new drug that's coming out and everybody's addicted to it. And Dread is gonna
Slow-mo.
destroy it. Slow-mo.
That's what it
That was one of the cool. In the theaters, that's what they did when these people hit slow-mo. They had these really big, colorful slow motion action scenes. It was super cool.
Yeah.
But
the
it
one,
just it hit all the notes, but nobody wanted to see it because one, it didn't have like an actor that a lot of people know, or at least they didn't back then. Because Carl Urban has definitely gained stock with his series The Boys. He plays Billy Butcher.
I just started watching that.
Is that not fucking fantastic?
You're in for a
I'm
ride.
like second episode in,
Dude,
and I
man.
already saw one too many dicks.
Right? No, trust me, it's gonna get so much worse. They show more
so
dick than they
good.
show boobs, but
so good.
it's such a good show. Oh, it's so crazy.
The thing I think Dread was hyped enough because it was
nobody
true to the
saw it.
comic. It was true to the comic, which is good enough for it. A good enough award for it, I think.
I agree with you that I think it was 100%, which added to it because in the Sly Stallone one, they made it funny. It was like a buddy cop movie. It was shit. And Dredd is like this serious, no nonsense, no fuck around type of guy who will just shoot you in the face if you do anything wrong. If you break any law, you shoplift, they're allowed to shoot you in the face. That's the whole point. They're judges. But it was good to the like he nailed the character. But I'm just saying the movie was enjoyable. What's her head, Lena Headey or Headley?
Headley.
I think it's Headey. Anyway, she was like the lady that played Cersei in Game of Thrones is the bad guy.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Well, Jesus, Josh.
Oh,
God.
I know, man.
Like, why do you even have a TV?
They got a big one too.
You're just watching death metal all day.
I watch a lot of like TV series or shows. Like,
Well, we can do TV series.
Yeah.
yeah. So my most underrated one is probably like the new version of The Punisher.
Oh, the one with what's his name from Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is his name?
I
Google
can't
that.
remember his name.
I know him. He's really good. He's been in a ton of stuff.
I liked the first season a lot. The second season just kind of dragged.
Yeah, see, I did too. I felt pretty much the same way. I thought the first season was great. Yeah, I was really shocked at a lot of the stuff. Like, I remember that prison fight scene.
Oh man.
Oh, was that fucking badass.
Like they did a lot of cool stuff. But did you watch Daredevil first?
I did. I liked Daredevil
that's
quite a
where he
bit.
started his.
Oh, I know.
And then
Yeah, they all branched off from there because he had Luke Cage and
then
Iron
Jessica
Fist.
Jones.
Yeah.
And then
I never got into Jessica Jones or Luke Cage. I watched Daredevil
Yeah.
and Punisher.
That's
I tried to
pretty
watch
much how
Iron
I
Fist
did.
and it was crap.
yeah, Daredevil was good.
Yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Not
was
as good
awesome.
as a Punisher though.
The only thing I didn't like about Daredevil was in the first season before he gets his suit, He's wearing a fucking scarf over his eyes. Like, you're advertising you're blind. How does nobody fucking put this shit together of being a blind guy every time? It just seemed like, why would you do that? Wear sunglasses or something. At least they don't know if you can see. It just made no sense.
The actor who plays
Charlie
Punisher is John Bernthal.
Oh, yes. John Bernthal. I'm sorry. I thought
he's good. Like, in the Punisher, he's so good.
He crushes it. I think he does a great job.
I think the Punisher was the best one of all of those series, too.
I'd have to say Daredevil, but the Punisher was a close second.
How do you figure Daredevil, though?
I like the character. It fit in well. And put it this way, Daredevil he's in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he was so good at Daredevil that they put him in the movies. John Bernthal hasn't gotten to the movies yet. He probably will.
It's so far-fetched, though. Daredevil's too far-fetched compared to Punisher. Punisher had like way more realistic stuff in it.
Okay, but see, you're just arguing who's your favorite superhero.
More realistic scenarios, I should say, in the show.
The Punisher's more like a Rambo character, which is obviously much more realistic. But like, come on, he gets fucked up way more than any man. He's like a John Wick.
Yeah, he's like
John Wick would be dead in real life.
It's kind of like another version of John Wick when you think about it.
He's just not as chill as John Wick.
No,
but yeah, Frank Castle is a badass.
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle. Yeah. Punisher's a great.
You'd have to be a badass with that name.
Yeah, see, I haven't watched this Punisher.
The newer one?
No,
it was good.
You got to watch Daredevil first. Did you watch Daredevil?
I've already watched Daredevil.
Oh, so you watched where he came into the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then the first run of Punisher is awesome.
Yeah, the first season. The second one was a bit.
Look at it now.
It's worth the shot. Huh. But like you said, you're getting into the boy. I guarantee you're gonna like the boys more.
So do you like spoilers or do you
do not spoil that?
I know, like I can tell the Ginger just wanted to spoil it for me.
He does. He loves doing that kind of shit.
Even my parents and my brothers and sisters hate me for that.
Are they all
like,
Ginger?
Don't you say anything?
Are you the only Ginger
in the world?
No, my two sisters actually. My sister Amanda and my brother Josh are Gingers.
Yeah.
Ooh, good name though.
Gross. But the boys, the thing I like about the boys is it takes it way further than that whole, like realistic thing. Like, what would people do if they really were superpowered? And they would do a lot of fucking terrible stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point of the boys. Like, Superman wouldn't be like, I want to save everybody. He'd be like,
the first
you guys better keep me calm or I will kill you all.
What's that really fast guy's name again?
A-Train.
A-Train.
Okay. Can we just hang on a second here?
Yeah. Anyways, when A-Train runs through that girl right in the first episode, I was just like, okay. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit much. Hey, you can throw her in the kennel and close it.
You know what? I actually, when I saw that scene, I almost stopped watching the series because I felt for Huey.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have a girlfriend. I guess I project myself into Huey a little bit. I guess that's what you're supposed to do to your characters, right? So I projected a little bit too much of myself into Huey, and when that happened, I almost turned off the series because I'm like, oh, dude, man. And
really?
Then
the first episode almost ruined it for you.
Yeah, and then A-Train has the gall to say, well, it was her fault. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? Oh, pardon my French.
What are you talking about? You can swear on this thing.
Well, I was saying, like...
We're talking about when A-Train...
Have you ever seen an episode?
Talking about when A-Train runs right through
his girlfriend. I almost stopped watching the series because of that, because I projected myself too much into Huey's character that I felt really bad for him. And it was like, well, that was dickish. I'm done. Like,
that's
I don't want to see
the whole point of that fucking
what
scene.
What I thought at the time was, if this was going to be how the show was going to continue on, like... no remorse from any of these characters at all.
It sounds like your dog's getting tortured in the kennel.
I know. She's just spazzing out right now. But see, that's
the thing, though, right?
That's the whole premise of the show.
But then I thought
to blow you away. Yeah.
Just listen.
She's fine.
She's pissed. She's pissed.
Of course she is.
Now Duke shut the door. Maybe let him out. So.
Duke, do you want to go hang out with her?
There you go, buddy.
Chill her out.
Chill her out, man.
But but that's the whole point of the show, and even that scene in and of itself.
Right.
Everything's beautiful. It's cute. Right. Huey's this lovable everyman. He's got a nice girl that he's obviously crazy about. Things are going good. Things are moving up, and boom. Yeah. Fucking A-Train literally liquefies her. That's what I mean. It wasn't like he hit her and you see like a cut to, and then Huey goes, "Oh my God, Robin," and picks her up, and what? Like she was gone. She's gone.
Holy Christmas!
It was just fucking like visceral and sudden, and that was the whole point. They did it so beautifully, and then he runs away, and that just kicks the whole thing off, man.
How many episodes have you watched so far?
He's watched
Only
one.
two.
Only two.
Okay.
Oh man, that was...
But now for my overrated, and people are probably going to hate me for this because I do like watching the movies, but the Avengers are getting, and even Marvel, they're starting to get a little excessive.
Yes.
See, I'll give you that. Yes, there's been a lot. Like, I wasn't even a huge fan of Spider-Man. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was quite the movie everybody said it was. Doctor Strange,
and the Multiverse of Madness.
They've been doing some pretty annoying, lame
Duke
stuff
got annoyed
lately.
of her.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame you, buddy.
I'll just close that again.
But yes, I agree with you. Marvel right now is not striding as hard as they once were, because the whole Infinity Saga was like hit after hit after hit. It couldn't last forever. But I think they're still making palatable movies.
I think what they're doing is there's too much of the message in some of their movies.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, what are you talking about?
Well, like this gets into like the...
Yeah, why don't we make it political when we're just talking about movies?
I think it's
talk about a social
honestly.
commentary on all of the fucking world.
I was just merely saying I think it's what
You're pissed. I know exactly what you're going to say, and this because you've already said it to me before.
No,
you're pissed that all the superheroes are becoming female.
Not just female.
You're mad.
Just not female, but there's no original characters. Like, for instance, like Falcon.
What about Falcon?
Instead of building on that character, no, we're just gonna make him Captain America now.
He was Captain America in the comics. It happened in the comics. So I don't understand how that's a divergence from his character.
You have an original character like Falcon that has a lot of good story and a good comic base, right? That you have stories to build on him being that character.
They already have since the start of fucking Captain America.
He didn't get his own movie.
He didn't get his own movie, but he was in how many?
He should have got his own movie.
He should have got his own movie.
That's
Well, he
Falcon.
got his own TV show. And he wasn't Captain America through the whole thing. He becomes Captain America at the end of the series.
Right.
So
which is cool.
It was him becoming... That was a whole TV show, plus he was in like 8 movies. How is that not a long enough character arc for Falcon?
I'm just saying that's personal bias.
Do you think that they went to shit when Stan Lee passed away?
I don't think they went to shit. I think there's still plenty of things they could tell. I think that what happened is all these characters that you love, like Hulk, like Iron Man, like Cap, they all became very beloved. They had beautiful story arcs. Thor... The Guardians of the Galaxy are still like Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy are the two that are still kind of pulling it together because Thor apparently was really good. I haven't seen it yet. I think now it's kind of they're trying to do it again because the reason they used those characters was because they had sold all their A-listers like X-Men, like fucking Spider-Man is owned by Sony. All these characters were gone, so they had to use the B list.
Right.
Iron Man wasn't popular. Captain America was pretty good. Hulk, yes, but like Hawkeye, Black Widow, nobody gave a fuck. Right. Ant-Man? Are you kidding me? Did you ever think you'd see an Ant-Man?
There is the Quantum Mania.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is they already did the B team and made them the A-listers now.
Yeah.
So it's having trouble moving over, but they just bought back like X-Men, Wolverine's coming out again. They're going to reboot that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering about is who are they going to get to replace Hugh Jackman? That's a hard
for me
change.
when they tried making it a series.
For
what was that one series where they had who's the guy that flies again?
Superman?
No, on the Avengers with the like mechanical wings that come
Falcon.
out. Falcon.
Yes,
It was
that's what we were just saying.
Falcon series, and then like Captain America comes into it, and then it's just like somebody has to try out to be Captain. That kind of killed it for me.
Yeah, I like that season. I like that series. It was good. It wasn't great, but like again, I agree. They're not quite as like.
I think it's superhero fatigue. I think the audience is getting tired. The writers are getting kind of bogged down. They aren't getting new ideas. They're just recycling ideas. You know.
Oh my god! I'm so glad we invited you because that's ridiculous. They just retired all these characters. They've changed to other characters. You're saying they're recycling and they got no new ideas.
No, they're rebooting
the whole
a lot
reason.
Of series, like they're rebooting.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Sorry, I get passionate about this. This is my thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole reason that they had these characters grow and that they've changed over is because they can't recycle. The whole reason superhero movies became a thing is because it was one of the huge veins of untapped stories.
Right.
It's just not every story is going to be a gem. They took one of their greatest series ever, which was the Infinity War, the Infinity Stone saga. That was a whole overarching thing. Right. And they fucking mapped it out perfect. Now they're trying to do that again well, one, it's been done before, so
Yeah.
it's not quite as shiny and new.
Right.
And two, their characters are waning. But I think if they do the new ones right, like Wolverine. Wolverine is a huge draw. Everybody fucking loves Wolverine. And Logan was a fucking great movie.
Logan was really good.
Crushed it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were so perfect. They finally gave Wolverine a Wolverine
what's
movie.
your overrated now?
My overrated? Oh, God. Like, if we're talking action movies. Oh, probably Terminator 2.
Really?
It's overrated.
I don't even remember it.
See, that's what I mean. It's kind of like you were talking about Rambo 2, which I think is kind of overrated. Is they were good for the time.
Right.
You know, they had a big muscle-bound hero that, you know, could quip one-liners or snarl real good. And that was all we kind of needed. That it didn't have... An action movie wasn't known for substance. And I think with cinema today, it's gone to a place where you can make a good action movie. You can make a good superhero movie. It's not just about the glitz and glamour, even though you can Michael Bay the fuck out of it too and just make a bunch of explosions and car chases and the same old shit all the time.
You know what show I think was overrated right as soon as I pressed play? Expendables.
Number one?
Really?
Overrated.
I thought that hit the cheese mark so good.
No, I mean that's what I mean for cheese mark. Like it was
yeah.
the cheesiest.
Oh, super cheese.
Like-
My favorite one is when that one last guy breaks through and he's like, there's one more. And all 15 of them just start fucking pumping him. And you're just like, okay, clearly they're going over the top here.
Well, I mean, it was cool to see all the guys in one movie,
It was beauty.
but like just storyline and.
yeah.
You know who I think was the best actor in that whole series?
Dolph Lundgren.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's the Expendables.
Wasn't he only in 3?
Yeah, it's in Expendables
in 3.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mel Gibson definitely carried that movie in the third one.
I don't really remember. I don't think well, no, I know I saw the third one. I just, after
he
the
was an
first one, I
arms
was kind of
dealer.
over it. The second one was okay. They had Jean-Claude, who was like my action guy back in the day. I didn't like Stallone I liked him enough on Arnold, but Van Damme, I like the Kung Fu guys, right? You know,
Now,
Brandon Lee was my shit.
What's your overrated one?
Overrated?
Yeah.
Holy Christmas. Overrated. I would have to say Avatar. The first Avatar was overrated. Way overrated movie. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, for
It
the
was
hype,
entertaining.
It was entertaining, but for the hype, fuck, man. There was about halfway through the movie, I was about falling asleep. I'm like, okay, let's get this going. Let's speed this up.
I'll somewhat agree
I
with that.
never watched it.
Of course you
Never.
did.
No.
What?
so
It was
glad
back
we-
in
But
2001.
I'll tell you what movie I am excited for. John Wick 4.
Yes.
See,
I saw the trailer.
I'm wary for it. Because
Wary?
here, I'll tell you why. Because I
What's
love
wrong
John
with you?
Wick. I love John Wick. That's what's wrong with me. Number one was fucking amazing. Like that
so
was, see, that was a good action movie. Like the
Killed
fucking
my
storyline, Keanu being this calm, cool dude, the fucking I think it, I'm back kind of shit. Like it hit so many points. It was good. Second one was pretty good. It was still good. It was John Wick, kung fu and shit. But you're like, okay, the third one, I don't even think I made it through.
What?
And the reason I'm worried about the fourth one is because Keanu is also the head of another movie line that I think kind of fucking jumped the shark and started becoming crap, and that was The Matrix. The Matrix's first movie,
The Matrix first one was
Yes.
good.
so fucking good, man. Like we're talking, that should have won awards, and I'm sure it did.
I
for
didn't
like
watch.
editing.
Yes,
I
it
didn't
did.
watch any of the rest of them though.
You saved yourself a
Yeah,
world
you
of
were
problems,
missing
man. That's what I mean.
Okay.
The second, the third, and even the newest
didn't
one.
even
If you
watch-
actually, if you watch the newest one, you don't even have to watch all the other ones.
No.
You just had to have watched the
Stop
first
right
one.
there.
Okay.
Watch the first one and be done with
Yeah,
it.
It's like
100%.
I
The
didn't
rest
even watch.
are garbage.
I didn't even watch Super Troopers 2 yet.
Yeah, I
Super
didn't
Troopers
either.
2 is good. You
Was
should
it?
watch that. It's
I
pretty
didn't
funny.
watch
It's
it. I
not
didn't
as funny, but it's pretty close. It's
Okay.
like they hit enough. But
Yeah,
yeah,
the first
like
one was good.
The Matrix really crushed my heart. So I'm worried they're going to do the same thing with John Wick, where you make a once like amazing character into a shitty movie that they just keep pumping. Because Fast and the Furious used to be really good.
Do you think it's
and now
gonna-
they're at 10
do-
and they're jumping into space and shit, and you're like, come on.
Do you think John Wick's gonna die in this one?
I think the best way to go would be to have him die at the end of a movie. I think that's how you end that series. But
it'd be
we can get back
awesome,
into this after our first break here. I'm sure my dog needs to go out and spin
Yeah.
out her freaking
Yeah, and we're
barks.
almost out of time. We're
All right.
already half hour in.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
You got her.
Boom.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so we were talking about if John Wick's going to die at the end of this series. And I think, I mean,
Do you think he should?
I think he should, yes. I think
Do you hate him that much?
No. I love John Wick. He's so great. But one, he'd be with his wife. Logan died at the end of Logan. You know, like,
Right.
I think there's a time where you have to send off a character. You can always reboot them. You can always go back to when he was younger or how he got into the trait. Like, there's still movies you could tell. I'm just saying that at a certain point, it's like I said, like the Fast and Furious movies. The first one was good. The second one was okay. The third one was like there was a new take. And then they just kept pumping these things. And you were just like, shut up.
Yeah.
It's so bad now.
Well,
Transformers, same kind of thing.
Yes
Like
and
they
no.
just
I
keep
still
churning
like the
them out.
Fast movies myself.
I hate them. They're terrible.
Really?
It's all Michael Bay. It's all flash, no substance. Storyline doesn't matter. How many times is Dom going to say, one last heist and family? You know, like, fucking shut up, man. Like, it's done. John Wick is a great character. He's always been a tragic character, and tragic characters generally die. That's kind of like a trope in movies. But I think if you do it right, you know, you send him off like they did with Logan and Hugh Jackman, kind of same thing. You know, they could make John Wick a guy. You could become like a James Bond or something where you could have other people play him.
Yeah.
You know?
Or will there be a fifth one?
Well, that's what I'm scared of.
Oh,
And
he's
if-
already sick of her shit again.
If they do make a fifth one, I mean, as long as it's done right, if they keep pumping out crazy good ones, sure.
Sounds like
But
we're in a dog kennel.
I know.
You edited all that out.
If you guys don't know, Sunshine got a new
I got
puppy.
a new puppy. Yeah.
And she's what?
She's a golden retriever border collie mix.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's a
That explains the running.
yes. Well, and she's usually a very quiet dog at home. She doesn't bark a lot, but of course, new area, new parent.
area.
She's all. You're in the room and I
Maybe
can't
you
be
can
with you.
let her back in here with her bones so she doesn't.
She'll just be whining the whole time. I guarantee you. I mean, we can.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just leave the door open.
Oh, listen to that thing.
So are we live?
Oh yeah.
We're live.
Yeah.
What you mean? So while I was
This
talking,
is
okay.
the most unprofessional podcast you're ever going to be on,
That's why you edit.
and it's probably going to be the only podcast you'll ever be on.
Yeah. I'm done.
No, I'm just joshing you.
Yeah, that's why they always edit
don't-
everything out.
Leave it.
Yeah. People.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't think John Wick should die.
I don't really think either. Like, to be honest, I think what they'll do is he'll kill everybody, the high table, right? If you watched them all, right?
You think he's
But-
going to kill a high table?
Oh yeah, I think he'll get rid of the high table and everything, but I think he'll be just retired. He'll retire then he'll just walk away, and I think it'll be a kind of like a classic walking into the sunset.
open it. dog
but
rescue.
Do you think there's going to be a segue at the end?
They might have a segue to leave it open just in case, but I think they'll end it in a way that he's like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm alive, barely, but I'm done.
This
You
guy's
know?
walking out with
Barely.
a cane. He's got like
Yeah.
19,
Well, I wouldn't say a cane, but like
he's got like 6 plates in his shoulder.
he just walks away from the last wherever whatever happens
You know,
at the end.
you could
He-
leave
he
it.
kills the final.
You could leave it
chair.
open where he's wounded and he walks away and you don't know.
True.
Kind of like Shane. I don't know if you remember an old movie Shane. He gets shot and he rides off on his horse, and a lot of people say he died or he lived. You know,
Yeah.
it's an open-ended one. So I think that would be a good way to go. But I still think that's kind of equivalent to a death.
Think
you
so?
know, think about it. Like if, say, he gets through the last gunfight and he's shot in a fucking artery or he's bleeding out, kind of like really heavy,
Right.
and he's miles from help, and he just kind of walks off into the distance. You don't actually see him die, but it's implied he's probably dead. But it's also John Wick, right? So it kind of
Yeah,
leaves
that's
you like
kind of how
he
they
can survive
ended
anything.
the end of the third one, where he like fell off the building. And
That's
then-
what I mean.
Yeah, I thought it was over after that one.
Well, it's John Wick.
But
if
they-
you don't see a body, he's not dead.
Well, then at the end of the end credits, you see him, Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Yeah.
Or he comes back as Shredder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't even think
You've never seen
think
the
I
end
saw
credits?
the end.
You guys never seen
The
the end
third
credits?
one was
The
not
third?
very
I'm
good.
sure you did,
it was
right?
boring.
I didn't watch to the end of the credits.
Yeah, at the end of the credits, all of a sudden you see Lawrence Fishburne's character walking down a hallway,
yeah.
and you see just John Wick covered up in a blanket and everything, and he's like, "Are you ready to do this?" And he's like, "I think I am." You know?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I don't know. I kind of thought the third one was teetering on mediocrity. And after the first two were good, and I mean the first one was so good.
The first
It
one was
so
amazing.
fucking good. It was this new,
And that
like it was
John Leguizamo or whatever his name is.
John
John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's been a working actor for years. He's
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in that movie Waco.
Waco.
I've never seen Waco.
Really?
I think
That's a good watch.
Yeah, I've
remember.
heard about, like, I know what happened at Waco.
Or
What
it was
happened
a
at
TV
Waco?
series, sorry, yeah.
Like, wasn't it like a cult?
a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened?
Well, the FBI surrounded them. They shot the FBI. The FBI shot them. And
No, FBI shot them first.
they
FBI
shot
did
them
shoot first.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't so much that, wasn't it the church burning down? I mean, yes, the FBI thing was big, but
Nope.
didn't a whole bunch of them die in the church fire?
No, well, they were actually, it wasn't a church. It was like almost like a
Well, it was their church.
like a Hutterite colony type
Yeah.
deal where they have like their own.
Mennonites or whatever.
Yeah, but they're very Christian. But the one guy,
David Carradine.
yeah, he's the dad of all the kids.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
he's like very.
Was it David Carradine?
It's like a polyamorous thing, but he's the only one that gets to, and all the other men have to be celibate.
Oh, yeah. It's
it's
very popular in cults all around.
It's such
The main guy gets
yeah.
to breed with everybody else's wives.
Well, wasn't there? Do you guys remember the TV show Smallville?
Yes.
Do you remember the?
That's a very long jump from Waco.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the
Superman?
I know,
Waco.
but do you know the actor Allison Mack? She played the reporter, the friend to Peter Parker, to Clark Kent in Smallville. She was the blonde girl.
I really didn't
I
watch
didn't
it
watch.
much.
Anyway, she played a character on Smallville. Anyway, her name was Allison Mack. Well, she was ending up becoming a part of that cult of that guy with that we would tattoo his initials onto the girls, and then he would only have sex with them. And the court case just got finished. Allison Mack spent time in jail. So did a bunch of other girls who lured other ladies into this cult. And the guy's in jail for
That's
life.
a really weird way to go from talking about TV shows
Well, you're talking about Waco. You're talking about Waco, right?
about the show.
You're talking about Waco. Well, there's a documentary series being.
So you're
made
telling
about
us there
this.
was an actress that went into a cult one time. Right on. I'm so glad we got that bit of information.
Well, I was just
Allison
saying-
Mack, we pray for you.
It was like Waco.
It's like Waco. Okay.
but
Without the gunfights or the
Yes.
whole thing burning down, a bunch of people dying.
Same thing, just
Very,
different.
very same, but completely different. Other than the fact they were in a cult. Okay. Yeah. Why do we talk about Heaven's Gate now? Anybody want to talk about that? But no, I just that's one thing I hate. Well, you guys were talking about with the whole Marvel thing. You're saying they jump the shark. They're kind of beating the dead horse. I find that at least in that they're cycling characters. They're trying to find new gold. It's going to take them a while. John Wick is gold.
Who's
Don't
the
ruin
director of those movies?
John Wick?
Yeah.
Can you Google that up? I want to say John Woo, but I don't
Or
know.
the-
John Woo, I think, did the first one.
I think he
Or
did.
who wrote them? Who wrote them?
I think Keanu Reeves had a big part in that because he actually
really?
has his own comic book called Berserker, and it's a very much like a John Wick character, more kind of like a Punisher.
Okay.
Really, but he has his own comic book, and it's about a guy that's very much like Punisher
He's
or
a
John
busy
Wick.
guy, that Keanu. Hey,
He's always going. Everybody loves
he
Keanu.
also owns like a
motorcycle company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's
he's living the life, man. Guy's
So-
got some stuff to do.
I got the John Wick. The first movie was I'm going to pronounce their names horribly. Chad Stulsky and
Say it.
David Litch
Okay,
are the directors.
Okay.
And the writer is Derek Kolstad.
okay. Well,
That was from the first one.
that one was the best,
Yes.
by far. The
And
second
then
one,
John Wick 2 was done by
Woo.
director Chad for the first one, and the writer
Director
also
Chad.
no the same director from the first one. Sorry,
Okay, Stelesnik
yeah.
and Lynch.
and the writer same guy,
Oh,
Derek
well, that
Kolstad.
makes sense. They were very similar. I would imagine they were all done by them.
Yeah, and Parabellum was done by
Same
both
guy.
same
Well, there you
people.
go. So it was the same thing, and that's what I'm saying. They're kind of running dry in the well. They're not doing it good. And as much as I love Keanu, he's moving slower in each movie.
more importantly. Do you think the Mustang's gonna be back in the next one?
Well,
The Mustang wasn't even.
wasn't
in
it back
third
in the
one.
third one? No,
Yeah, no,
he
it
hadn't
wasn't.
gotten it
Yeah,
back
no.
yet.
Yeah, but
Wasn't he rebuilding it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it start off with him like the
he sent
exact
it to
same
He
car?
sent it to that John Leguizamo guy to say
Yeah.
rebuild it.
Oh, right.
And he brought it back and he got it done.
Yeah,
and it
didn't
got
he?
blown up in the second one.
Nope.
I
No?
don't know. I'd have to rewatch
I
it.
have to watch it again. It's been a
But
while
yeah,
since I watched
no,
it.
I just feel that they need to just have him walk off with his dog, and you don't know if he dies or not. I think that's.
I would
that's
like
the
to
end of it all.
see the one thing that was missing from the second and third one okay, not the first one, but the second and the third one, was that he didn't train that dog to do any attacking. Like, the only time that we got to see
his dog
dogs
in the fight, but his dog...
would have kicked ass.
Well, his dog was pretty cool, but
Exactly.
I loved how he didn't name it.
True.
That was
But
a
the
very
only
John Wick move.
but the only time you did get to see dogs fight was when Halle Berry's character in Parabellum. sent
Yeah,
her
because
two
she
dogs.
had her
Yeah.
dogs.
I guess they made
And that's what I mean. They also gave like a forced love interest in Parabellum.
Yeah, it was kind of was thrown in there.
It just seems so forced. John Wick was like, the whole reason was his wife, you know, that anchoring point, that dead wife, you know. It's like Gladiator, all those other
Well,
ones.
they didn't
where
really say that.
the love of their life got killed and they're now,
Like, were they?
you know,
they
burdened with
they-
life.
Did they date before?
Yes,
like Halle
they
Berry's character
alluded
and-
till they dated or they
okay.
saw each other or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I mean. It just seems so forced. It's just a pain. But,
Puppies, hey?
Dog takes the whole show.
Yeah, well, that's
what
John
puppies
Wick.
usually
We're talking John Wick. It's all about the dog, right?
So yeah,
But yeah, no, I mean, I'll watch it. I'll see the fourth one just because it's John Wick and I love John Wick. But
Right.
I just have a feeling it's not going to be nearly as good, and they're kind of milking that thing. It's
I
like
think
Star Wars.
I think
Star Wars needs to just stop. Stop.
Regardless,
You're
you have to
terrible.
watch it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I've seen all the Star Wars, but they're fucking awful.
No, you're talking about John Wick.
John Wick, yeah.
You have to see 4.
But see, that's what I hate is Matrix really, I mean, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen, the first one. And then the rest were just terrible. And my buddy convinced me to watch the latest one. And it was fucking awful. And it just makes me hate the Matrix even more, even though the first one was like one of the greatest movies ever made.
Right.
So good.
Really? You think it was the first? I don't know
One
if it's
of,
the
like,
greatest movie.
Sci-fi, kung fu action movie. I'm not saying it was like Oscar winning, but it was so fucking good.
I think
Great
it was
idea.
It started a trend to make more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The rest just seemed like it was for the paycheck. It
You
wasn't
know-
about making a cool movie.
You know
It was
what
about-
is a really good kung fu movie?
Yes, Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes, and that's a great movie.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
I've never seen that movie.
That's a
you know
good
what?
one.
Never a big Chris
You know,
Farley fan.
I'm,
Oh, yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
Chris Farley fan in some of his movies, but Beverly Hills Ninja was that was him trying a little bit too hard. I think
You think so?
he was reaching the end.
When didn't Chris Farley try too
Yeah,
hard?
Chris Farley's whole shtick was way too over the top. But
in a van.
But yeah, I never had a huge Chris Farley. Like, he was funny in some stuff, yeah, but he was more like Kevin James. You know, he's the fat guy in Adam Sandler's Group. His fucking standalone movies, Paul Blart and all that. Like, come on, bro. We don't need to see that much yet. And that was kind of Farley. Farley was better than James.
Yes.
Like, by far, he's a much funnier guy.
I would have
But
to
that's
say.
because he was like coked out of the gills all the time. He had fucking boundless energy. Couldn't stop
Yeah,
him.
with like sweating, just sitting and relaxing.
Oh god!
yeah.
I once heard like those SNL tell-all books. Somebody said he took a shit out of a third-floor window of like the TV studio.
What?
Farley, when he was on one of his drunken coke binges, he took a shit out of the third-story window at the TV studio.
It's like Preston from Jackass is
Yeah.
now the new Chris Farley.
That's what I mean. You know, it's just kind of. He was a wild dude.
Did anybody watch that new Jackass one?
Yes, I did.
No, I haven't seen that.
It was
one.
good. It was good. I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was the same
good.
shit as
Yeah, it was the
every
same
other
thing.
one.
It was for
Those guys are like gray and old now. Like,
Apparently, what happened is in the show when he was doing the bull, when the bull hit him, he fucking hurt himself hard. He had
They've hurt themselves. so
but
many
seriously,
times.
he cracked his skull.
Yeah.
Had a massive concussion. He was knocked out, unconscious. Like, the video was showing it close
That's
up,
like
and
every
he was just
movie.
not responsive. And they had to take him off. I think he, really hurt himself. I can't remember what they say, how he hurt
brain
himself.
dead now or something.
No, he's fine, but he was hurt. They had to stop filming for, I think, a week or two till he recovered.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's pretty standard practice. Like I said, I once saw an interview of Johnny Knoxville on the Graham Norton show, and he said the only thing that, and I mean this was before the last one, so I don't know, but he said the only thing that kind of like stuck around was he had done a motorcycle jump trick where he's trying to do a backflip with it, and he fucked it up, and the motorcycle's handles came down right on his crotch, and like fucking he has to have. I think it's every day he has to have his dick drained with like a fucking tube.
Really?
Because it's it's the injury. Yeah, I mean, so that's some serious injury.
yeah.
So get knocked unconscious. I mean, They've all been knocked unconscious. They've all had fucking brain damage.
Well,
I mean, Ryan Dunn's stunt was probably the hardest.
What was Ryan Dunn's stunt? I can't remember which
Oh
one.
man, okay, that was not nice.
What happened?
Come on.
I forgot which jackass are we talking about here.
The dead one.
I know.
It was a dead Ryan Dunn
which-
joke. Him hitting the fucking crashing the car was the hardest.
Oh, man.
Jesus, man, keep up.
I'm glad you're driving him today.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I don't know if you'd make it
slow.
home.
No, man, that's like we're
I'm
so
sorry,
glad we
audience, I
invited
was
you.
Slow on
That was a
joke.
pretty funny joke, and you just wrecked it by having to
Yeah.
get me explain it to you. Fuck, man.
You want to hear a really bad movie joke?
Yes, of course.
Do you know what the opposite of Christopher Reeves is?
Christopher Walken.
Christopher
Yeah,
Walken.
I know that.
Oh, Jesus,
that,
that's
yeah.
so bad.
Christopher Walken. I know that joke. Come on, man. You got to get up early to give me a dark joke I haven't heard. You going to be okay there, Rob? At least you got that one.
I got one for you. It's probably gonna be bad.
Okay, go nuts.
What does a Parkinson person walk on?
Oh, I don't know.
Shaky ground. Dude, you just retooled a joke
I
told
did
you the other day.
Well, that's because my parents watched
Come
the show.
on, man. All right. They watched this show?
Oh, what, this is a show now?
I was going to say. That's
I
great.
tell them about it.
But
Do you know what generation that Forrest Gump comes from?
What?
Gen A.
Gen A.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Jesus Christ, man. Calm down. I'm so glad we invited you.
I store all these dad jokes in the
I
database.
love dad jokes. I
Yeah.
love your database.
The old, I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but I really turned myself around.
Okay, that's
Anyway, we're kind of getting off topic here.
trying to see if I die from laughter.
So, okay, are there any series that you guys want to you think they've hit the mark, they're done, they need to just be finished?
Oh,
Star Trek.
Star Trek? 100% wrong.
You don't think
But
it's
that's
done?
fine. No. I think the movies have finally kind of got good. I mean, their last one was kind
That's
of...
what I mean.
The
Like, the
first
last
two
one
were
was-
really good. It was like a nice reboot to the series.
I like the first
Oh.
one. The second and third one,
Shebang-a-bang.
wasn't.
I think Marvel needs to just slow down a bit.
Slow down. Yes, I do agree that they can stop putting out as many. They can just
Yeah.
kind of let's make them real good instead of just chumping them.
I'm sure the diehard fans are probably just like, "What? You shut your dirty horse mouth."
Well, yeah.
Fuck.
Like I said, I really want them to come out with Wolverine and stuff like that. I think if they do it right. And the recasting is going to be really monumental because when you get a guy like Hugh Jackman...
Who do you
Wait,
think?
isn't Hugh
That was-
Jackman
Do you
coming
think
back?
is Hugh Jackman doing it?
Yeah,
or-
why
I
wouldn't
don't know. They're talking to Tegart Ayrton or whatever, the guy that played Rocket Man.
Oh, okay.
And he was in the Kingsman and stuff like that. He's a young guy. They've been talking to him. I know that. People are trying to get Carl Urban cast, which I think Carl Urban would do a pretty good job. But it like I said, it depends on how they make it. Like how they need Wolverine needs to be kind of like Deadpool, R-rated. And
Oh,
I think one of the big things they're missing out on in that, and they're finally coming around. That's kind of why I have hope. Is Deadpool? It's R-rated because Deadpool's not he doesn't give a fuck. He kills people. He's decapitating guys.
and it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Logan would,
It is.
his power is having giant knives out of his hands. Well, he's gonna fuck some people up. It's gonna be
Logan
gross.
was R-rated.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But every other Wolverine movie, I mean, Wolverine Origins. Come
Do you
on.
think
that's
that
a PG
the
bullshit?
Deadpool
But
shout-outs of Wolverine in the movie are of a segue of maybe...
if they could meld those two together, it'd be
Oh,
beautiful.
Well, they tried
But-
once. They tried once.
No, they didn't.
No,
Deadpool and Logan, Wolverine.
no, they
in
didn't.
Origins. The shitty,
No.
Deadpool.
No,
we will
I'm
never
talking
mention.
the two series that the two
Movies.
styles they have now. The Deadpool Ryan Reynolds version.
Well, they might because it's part of the multiverse now, so
Yes.
they can cross those two.
I know, but I don't think they are because they're making Deadpool. Well, they might, but Deadpool is like a standalone offshoot because they don't want to make. The reason they're not making a lot of R-rated, like Venom. Venom should have been fucking R-rated, especially Let There Be Carnage. That was such a fucking
Yeah.
B-movie flop, no blood. bullshit.
Yeah, that movie would have been awesome with blood.
If
man.
Venom is like a guy who likes to eat people's brains, he should be allowed to do that. It's
Morbius was shit.
Morbius was total crap.
Oh my god!
But the reason they don't is because they want to cross them with Spider-Man. They want to keep those mainstays PG so kids can go to them, so they can sell toys and merchandise and all that bullshit. It gets chewed up in the machine. That's what I don't like about that style of movie making. I wish they would just be like, let's make the best movie, like they did with Deadpool, because Deadpool, you couldn't make a PG. It would suck. It would just absolutely suck. And he made so much money. That's like one of the movies with superheroes my dad will actually watch. He thinks it's fucking hilarious.
And he's from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yes,
he is. Yes,
Wade Wilson is from Regina, Saskatchewan. He's
when the first Deadpool came out, there was a petition passed.
To get a statue made. So dumb.
I think that would have been amazing.
I would. Yeah, I would here stands Deadpool.
Yeah, no, I love Deadpool, but no, he doesn't deserve a statue.
They should have replaced the Johnny McDonald statue.
with Deadpool.
Well,
I agree. There we go.
All those people whining about it, you would have been happy about that. Deadpool's probably more their speed. He's a killer. Killer mercenary who doesn't give a shit. But yeah, Johnny McDonald is a bad guy. But if they made more R-rated movies, and I think they will.
Well, they've done like, wasn't Morbius R-rated? No, it was
Morbius
just 18A.
Was PG. It wasn't 18A.
It was PG.
Dude, look at it. It's, at the best, it was PG-14.
Do you think that
or 13?
R-rated movies should just be like standard across the board now? Like,
yes.
Let kids learn what the real world is like
for
like swearing and stuff like that.
I don't think they exist. They exist. I mean, you have to do that anyway.
Like it's up to the parents' discretion to let them watch it anyways.
Exactly. You don't have to let your kids watch if you don't think they're ready for it. That's the simple fact.
Why do we have to dumb down our entertainment to something that your kids will never probably see until they're older if you're a responsible adult?
Well, but that's the whole point. It's so we don't want to offend anybody. I think they should just... I think Disney's finally coming around. The fact they added Logan and Deadpool to that whole Disney Plus thing shows that they're... Because they had it under the Star logo before.
Was it under Star logo?
Yeah, those were the two. Like all the adult stuff, they had Star, so it wasn't Disney. It was separate. It's not a Disney Channel. It's it's just an add-on. But now they're like, screw it, put it on Disney Plus, own it. We have Deadpool, we have Logan. Like, own the fact that you make R-rated shit. It's fine. People like R-rated shit. I love R-rated shit. Those are some of the best movies they have.
We need way more superhero movies that are R-rated.
Well, see, that's why The Boys is so great. I love that show because
it's a little over the top for even the first two episodes.
You haven't seen anything yet.
But Anthony Starr plays such a beautiful. Like, wait until you see that whole Homelander arc and just how freaking crazy.
Where I finished off is where that invisible guy, was
translucent.
Translucent was locked in the trunk.
Yeah.
He's locked in the trunk. That's where you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't even try.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying.
I know your ginger brain was thinking.
But
I won't give away all the good stuff.
Well, good.
You have to watch for yourself.
Yeah. But you are like, okay, I know you said that you think The Boys is a little over the top and a little too much, but are you you're on season 2. Are you going to watch the first season?
I'm probably going to end up watching the rest of it.
Yeah. Well,
just because. I mean, there's a couple parts of the storyline where I got a little bit bored, I guess. But there's going to be some more stuff, too.
Yeah.
That I think is going to pop up.
It's a great show.
I'm not looking forward. I heard there's more dicks. I'm not really.
There's lots of that.
I'm not looking forward to that part.
It's like the Game of Thrones of superhero shit.
Yeah, the reverse.
Everybody dies and everybody shows their dicks or tits or whatever. Like, it's a full on adult show. But I kind of like that.
So,
I like how it fits the genre.
Guy in the first season, the guy who said he worked for the FBI but then ended up lying.
Butcher.
Yeah.
Carl Urban.
What movie was he in before?
He was in Dredd. He was the lead guy in Dredd, the movie that I said was underrated.
And there was another one I watched too.
He's been in...
I think the movie you're thinking of is with The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in
Doom.
Doom, yes, he was in Doom. I remember that. He was
the hero in Doom. He was also in Pathfinder. He was in...
Was that
he's in the Star Trek movies. He's Bones. He's done tons of stuff. Was
Carl Urban Pathfinder? I thought that was Adrian Brody.
Doesn't he actually have an English accent too?
Yes, he's British.
No, I think he's
Scottish.
He's Aussie.
Is he Aussie?
He's Aussie. He has a British accent in The Boys. He's Aussie.
That's not a British accent.
No,
yes, it is. It's a Cockney accent.
It's like an American accent.
Yes, it is. No, it's a Cockney accent. And I will bet you money on that. Look him up. He's an Aussie.
Carl Urban, right?
Carl Urban with a K.
Yeah.
Carl with a K. I guarantee you he's an Aussie. Down under.
Down under.
Yeah, and and Butcher is a British guy. He's
You ever
a
heard
Cockney
of
accent.
Australian kiss?
It's a kiss down under.
It's like a French kiss, but it's down under.
Okay. I see.
Well, you were close. You're in
Kiwi?
the island over. Yeah,
Kiwi.
He's a
Okay,
New
well then
Zealander.
still, he's not
He's
British.
originally
I know
from
that.
Wellington, New Zealand.
Okay, fair
Now
enough.
lives in Auckland.
Auckland, New Zealand.
Might as
okay.
well be Australian.
Well, don't let them hear you say that.
Yeah, they get pretty
That's like
pissed
when
when you
people
say
think
that
Canadians are Americans.
shit. Or
It's
when
like,
you misplace the what is it, the Newfies with Irish.
People get mad if they ask if you're from Saskatoon and you're from Regina.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, no, he's great, and he's kind of an undersung. Like I said, Dread, the movie I said was criminally underrated, was because one, he doesn't show his face,
Yeah.
which is very true to the character, like you said, which is what I like.
Comic, yep.
But he wasn't a big name. Like, he's been in lots of stuff. He's a working man's actor, but he's not like a Tom Cruise or a Bradley Cooper or
I would
whatever.
say one of his worst movies would be Priest. With
Priest? I liked Priest.
It was a good movie, no,
Priest
but
was a
I don't
good show.
think his character was very good.
Paul Bettany's an
Paul
underappreciated
Bettany, yeah.
actor. I like Paul Bettany, and that was a good movie.
When do you think we'll see Hellboy again?
Hopefully never, because they've all sucked.
Yeah, even the one
Every
with
single one of them.
even the one with what's his name?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it was fucking.
Like, I will say, Ron Perlman was Hellboy. Like, he
Yes.
nailed that
Yes.
character.
Ron
But the
Perlman will always
movies
be
sucked.
Hellboy, yes.
The movies were awful.
Now, do you think Ron Perlman would have made a better Thanos than Josh Brolin?
No. No.
Not a better Thanos. He looks more like Thanos. I'll give you that. He's got the chin.
Yeah.
He's got that big
But I don't
freaking
think he would have been
Cro-Magnon
able to
face.
portray it the way like Josh Brolin did.
I
Like,
think he would have been fine, but Josh
was-
Brolin crushed it. Yeah, Josh Brolin had that calm, scary thing. That's kind of Josh Brolin's deal. You know, he's just a calm, scary guy, and he just seemed like better than ever. I think he did quite well at Thanos.
I think
But
he
yes,
did good
Ron
in-
Perlman
he
would have
did
been
really
an
good in
interesting choice.
Deadpool as well.
He did. Well, he was Cable, yeah. But yeah, Cable's
Yeah,
ultra
he
serious.
actually would compliment it. I like how they match like in the comic books and in the Marvel world. Deadpool and Cable hate
well,
the way they acted in the movie is exactly how they
they're
acted
the
in
odd
the comic.
couple.
Yeah.
That's the whole
and the way
point.
they must have read the comics together because the way the way he portrayed his Cable with Deadpool, the camaraderie, it was fucking.
You think he might have read a few comics
Yeah,
and
it
got
was-
the actual
it
character
was
down?
dead on.
Or
Like,
did he
it
just
was
wing
dead
it?
on.
I
Do you
just-
think the
I don't
first
my character would like
Deadpool
him.
was better than the second
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I have to agree with that
The
too.
second one was still very good, but it was just the first one was just so much funnier.
Just like every other movie. Like, what movie have you seen that the second one is better?
That is a good question.
Terminator
Ooh.
2 Judgment Day.
Yes.
Terminator 2
I
Judgment
would
Day
say
was better
I
than the
would say
first
that.
Terminator.
The second Star Wars movie, Empire
Which-
Strikes Back.
yes.
Versus New Hope.
I haven't watched any of them.
Really? Well,
Not even
I
like the
wouldn't
old
even-
school ones.
I wouldn't even recommend it at this point. They're just getting fucking terrible. Like the last three were just, hey guys, you want to write a new one? Nah, let's just fucking repackage the old one.
Now,
Let's throw that back in the mix.
did anybody watch Top Gun 2?
I haven't yet. I've heard it's
No.
really good. See, this is one I'm worried it's an overhyped piece of shit. But
So
what I'm hearing.
I've heard both. I've heard that the second one has a lot to do. It's like almost like a rewrite of the first one, where they're all playing beach volleyball with their shirts off, and then they have all the other stuff. But then Tom Cruise comes in and does the I'm the king type thing. But
Fucking Maverick.
apparently the fighter jet scenes and everything like that
Are all
are
real.
absolute.
I heard that.
Unbelievable.
The only thing they CG'd was the the shooting, like the muscles and everything. That was the only thing I was heard that they CG'd.
Well, but that's what I mean. I heard from a buddy of mine, my best friend, who's like, him and I love movies. We always talk about this kind of stuff. He's kind of like my gold standard of litmus test. If he says I have to see something, I'll at least give it a try. It doesn't mean I always like it, but he said, like, when I brought it up, he's like, we can go right now if you want. so I was like, it must be pretty good, but I'm always worried that it's overhyped. I kind of think, like you said, Avatar was overhyped. And I for those kind of movies, I kind of agree with you. I liked Avatar.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a solid
But
movie.
everybody who said it was great was like, oh, the visuals and the effects.
And I'm like,
if that's all you got to sell me, I'm not really into it. Yes, it was Pocahontas in space, but I thought it was good.
Pokemon.
No,
It was 100%
Space.
Pocahontas.
So hear me out for a new one.
What's that?
Twister 2, Saskatchewan edition.
Oh my god!
And we're
The
gonna
first
have
Twister was good.
we're gonna have Greg
Twister
Johnston
was a great
and
movie.
that Ricky guy as the main characters.
Ricky. Oh yeah, Ricky Forbes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know him actually.
It'll
The
be-
tornado hunter.
yeah.
Oh.
It'll be
Yeah.
Twister 2,
Twister
Saskatchewan.
The twistening.
Twisting.
I'm
And
lost.
then
You're lost.
Yeah.
We know that. We've been talking to you for a while.
maybe like another like. Instead of Sharknado, they just have drunk rednecks that come out of the tornado.
Dead,
Drunk NATO.
dead fish from Wascana.
And big lifted F-350s coming out of the tornado.
Gator NATO.
Gator the Gopher Gator.
Oh, Gator. Yeah, okay, even better. Yeah, Gopher NATO.
Yeah.
All my corn's gone.
Actually, they say that
Get your guns.
Mosaic Stadium, the new one, is actually the safest place in Regina to be if there's ever a risk of a tornado.
What?
What?
Yeah, there's no
It's got
chance
no
of
roof.
touchdowns in there at all.
Ah, but slow played us. Good one, Josh. Good one.
Yeah, slow played that
Yeah.
one. Shit.
I actually have brought that Twister thing up just for that. Joke.
That's awesome. That's awesome. He really
It's
slow
nice how
played
you
us.
led that way.
If that was our hand of poker, he would have won.
Yeah, I didn't know that was
Bluffed
coming.
the shit
Holy
out of
shit.
that one.
My money would have been gone.
But yeah, okay. So we, like I said, is there any? You said Star Trek for the series. What did you say for like a series that should end? Like they've done it. You just need to put it to bed. It's over. Like even Sharknado realized, like guys, we gotta shut this down.
I did love Sharknado.
I've never seen it. I never
It's
will.
just so
When Tara
cheese-
Reid came back, I was done.
Tara Reid
the
looks like
cheesy.
she's been hit by a Sharknado or two.
Oh man.
My God, that woman is like, she's like something you left in the fridge too long,
American Pie was
and
not
then
good.
tried to nuke
But
it.
you still
know?
ate it.
No, no, it's well past due. No, thank you.
Oh man, a series that just needs to end.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
TV, movie doesn't matter. Just something that they've gone past the point of it being
It's jumped the
entertaining. Like I
shark.
said, for me, it was The Matrix, 100%, or Fast and Furious. They just need that is just so bad.
I don't know I don't know of much that I think should end, but I think like Marvel needs just to like chill.
Oh right, yeah,
chill
you
the
said
fuck
Marvel.
out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. They
I
don't need to
agree.
pump one out every
Yeah.
month.
No.
You can just
Like
put
I-
one or two out a year.
I tried watching that Miss Marvel, and I got
nope.
through halfway through the first episode and turned it off.
You finished already.
It was boring.
And then-
It was.
Finished already to wrap through the paper towel and the
Yeah.
and the
Oh
garbage
yeah,
and then-
yeah, definitely.
And
And,
then-
it was to the mom. It was to the mom,
Oh,
not
okay.
Miss Marvel.
Ugh.
That's a
I
ginger.
know.
That's totally ginger
I
thing.
don't even want to know, bud. But yeah. Anything you're excited that's coming out?
Actually, I did hear. I was just reading it before I came here today. Jim Carrey is being looked at to play MODOK.
Yeah, I
Big
did
head
hear that.
dude in the floating chair.
Marvel.
Marvel.
So
Oh really?
I don't know. Yeah, but
He
yeah,
would do good.
He would do good.
He would-
Jim's
yeah.
Jim's gold.
Yes, he was. I actually watched the second Sonic the Hedgehog.
The
Those
first one
ones-
was
the fir-
actually
they're
surprisingly
good.
good.
Really?
Sonic
It really
the-
was.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like, just expecting a dumb fucking. But it was actually
What's
like,
what's a guilty pleasure movie that you like people would like look at you funny if you said you liked?
ooh, Moulin Rouge.
Really?
Yeah, fucking one of my favorites of all time. Love that movie.
Guilty pleasure.
And it's a musical and everything. It's super fruity. I still remember one of the most emasculating moments in my life was when I saw that. I think I was like 13, 14, 15, something like that. And I saw it with 6 girls. I was the only one crying at the end. So I had to like pretend. No, I mean, it's dusty in here. Yeah, stupid movie.
Guilty movie for me.
Besides Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
You know,
Make my pick, man.
You know,
God
I
damn it.
actually watched that a few months ago just because I was like bored and there was nothing on
It was the only
Netflix.
thing on.
It was fucking awful.
Oh yeah.
So
and I love
bad.
Channing Tatum. I wanted it to be like,
The
"Yeah,
only-
it's actually good.
the only part I like
It's
about
worse
that-
than Showgirls.
The only part I liked about that movie, watching it now, is the dance scene the dude does in the convenience store to the clerk.
I bet you know the exact time in the movie and everything that happened
yeah.
too, don't you?
Well, like he tries. They say to him like
He plays
dance
it at half
sexy
speed.
to this chick. You know. There's
No, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Joe. I can't remember his name. He's married to Sofia
Yeah.
Vergara.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a guilty pleasure movie, you guys probably have never seen it. You've seen it, I think, but you
I
haven't.
guarantee I've seen it.
It's a movie called. It's a drama movie called The Red Violin.
Oh,
I heard of it. Terrible.
It's to me, it's a really good movie.
it's a bad movie.
It stars
Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson, and it's about this violin that's created by this famous violin maker whose wife is about to give birth, and she's giving birth, and both her and the baby die. And the husband is grief-stricken, and he takes his wife to his shop and uses her blood in the paint of the varnish of the violin, and it shows the history of this 300 years of this violin.
Yeah,
going
so it's
through
a violin
people's
history
hands.
lesson. Doesn't it sound incredibly exciting? And
It's very
entertaining?
long. It's very boring.
It's basically a 3-hour fucking roadside
2
auction
hours,
house
yeah.
or whatever. Fucking.
But
whatever
there are
that show is.
scenes in it where there's one scene where it's
Antique
showing
roadshow.
the first 100 years, and at some point there's gypsies playing it, and it's just a really good movie. I like it. It's a guilty movie. Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure movie. Of all the movies you've watched, you've probably seen like 3.
Yeah.
Despicable Me.
That's a great movie. I love it.
I don't like that movie.
And all
a great
the
movie.
Minions movies, man.
I-
I can watch
yeah.
all of
I'm
them.
a big animation fan, and yeah, you're damn right. That's a good movie.
Pixar does really good.
That's DreamWorks, actually.
Oh, is it DreamWorks?
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But yes, Pixar does do good.
The one
I love
movie
Pixar
I
movies.
liked was Up.
Up was, oh my
Fucking
god, Up was
a
great.
tearjerker.
Man,
Holy shit.
no, the first 10
part of the
minutes,
video
I was
was
like
Okay,
crying.
in the past 6 months, the best movie you watched?
Oh, fuck. That is a hard one. You know what? I Care a Lot. I Care a Lot. It's a show on Amazon Prime. It's with Peter Dinklage and
Oh yeah, it's
I can't remember what
what's
her name is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll think of it. But it is Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund
Pike. It's super good. Super, like, and just kind of came out of nowhere. It was, me and the fiance were watching movies. We were like, why don't we give this a shot? Fucking just blew your socks off. One of those
Yeah?
you didn't expect much, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it to anybody.
It's an alright
Excellent
show.
movie.
I started watching it with my roommate, and we're
Excellent movie.
Did you guys hold
Fantastic.
hands and stuff? And
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The show that I've been
Tie your
recently-
dicks in a knot and
Yeah. The one show I finished watching, but I liked was Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
It's good. I don't think that one should make any more.
You think it's done? Well, they made that 1883, and that was okay, but
That
I haven't seen that. But Yellowstone, the thing that I was conflicted, I liked the show, the production value, the story. I hated all the characters.
what?
All the characters are terrible, except for Rip, I guess, maybe.
Rip was awesome.
Rip was awesome.
Take
But
him
what's
to
her
the train
head?
station.
What's his lady's?
So,
She's a
speaking of
evil
Rip,
bitch.
did you ever watch Dazed and Confused?
Yes.
He was in that movie.
Oh, I know. He's been in lots of
What-
He was
what-
in Good Will Hunting.
And he was in The Fast and Furious.
Yes, he was. Number 2.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole Hauser is his name.
He was
a great
he was
actor.
the bad guy that was
He's in School Ties.
in the second one where he launches
Yeah.
that car onto the boat.
Oh yeah! Wow, whoa!
He was
that's
Eva
him?
Mendez's
Holy
shit.
shit, I
Yeah.
didn't even think of that. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, he's been in lots of stuff.
Wow,
I love him.
didn't even
Yeah.
notice that. He looks different.
No shit.
He has a beard.
Holy fuck!
Somebody
Imagine facial hair
took
just-
him to the train station there.
Yeah, no shit.
Holy crap!
Yeah, no, that was a good show, but I just couldn't really get into it.
I
'cause
enjoyed it.
hated
I
everybody.
really enjoyed
Mine was was it 1914 or 1912?
1912.
Oh, that World War One
The-
movie
the
that
World
was
War
shot
I
in one
movie.
continuous film.
Yeah, the
I've never seen it.
it's
Oh,
really good
shit,
watch.
it's
It's
good.
so like I'm a huge World War One, World War Two movie fanatic.
Okay.
And in the history of it, I'm a huge fanatic of it. Like I watch documentaries about like
Oh yeah.
Hitler and everything like that. About like
Inglourious Bastards.
no, that's not one.
I know it's not a documentary, but it's a great movie. You
it
said
is-
you love Tarantino.
It is a great
That's
movie.
a great movie.
It probably is better actually than.
Well, it's better than the actual war because they
no,
killed
no,
Hitler.
the other Quentin Tarantino movie I liked.
Death Proof.
Death Proof.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I like Death Proof.
Inglourious
That's all right.
Bastards is one of his better ones
Yeah.
for sure. I would say probably my favorite is maybe Django Unchained
For me,
or
it's
Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs. Was
But
mad.
yeah, that movie is was it 1912?
1912.
Yeah, so it's. I know there's a break in it, and
Mm-hmm.
there's probably some like editing that, but the whole movie is made to seem like it's shot in one take.
Yeah. No,
It's
I've
pretty
heard
cool.
that. I haven't got around. I'm
It's
not a
like-
huge fan of World War One, but
It's a good.
I will
watch.
check it out one
I
of these
was
days.
my brother Zach told me about it, and I was apprehensive to watch because I'm not a huge fan of World War II or World War
One.
movies. World War One.
Yes.
But when I got into it and they started with that single shot stuff,
Yeah.
holy, you just gain a whole new perspective on a movie.
Oh man, and like
Wow.
they were so there was like the decayed bodies in the pits
Yeah.
and everything like that.
And you
And
s-
Have you seen Hacksaw Ridge?
no,
No,
That's a good movie. Watch the shit out of it. I can't remember if it was World War One or World War Two. I think it's World
World War
War Two, but it is a fantastic movie. It's with Andrew Garfield.
and he plays some sort of doctor that doesn't want to.
No.
shoot at
He's
all
not
or
a
something.
doctor. He's a conscientious observer, and what it means is he's willing to go to war, but he doesn't carry a gun. He's not going to kill anybody, but he saves like a ton of people. It's a really good show, and it's a true story, or at least based on a true
That's
story.
what I
don't know
heard.
how
It was a true story.
accurate it was, but it was and it was a fantastic movie. Vince Vaughn's in it and stuff. It was a really good show.
Vince Vaughn's doing a non-comedy role.
Yeah, he was like a serious drill sergeant asshole. Really good show. Wow. Yeah, I would highly recommend. If you like 1912, I think you'd like that a lot.
Your best acting performance you've ever seen?
Ooh, The Martian, Matty D. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I love Matty D. And The Martian. It was so smart, clever, well written. That's probably my. I'm hesitant to say favorite movie of all time just because there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
But that was like mint, Matt.
Really?
Yeah. That or Good Will Hunting, same thing. But I would say he was better in The Martian.
If I had to pick one, it would be, what's his name from Gangs of New York?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah.
Really? Gangs of New York is an awful movie.
Yeah, but the way he played his character, you're saying what character, right?
Okay, fair enough.
I'm like,
Yeah,
he
the butcher.
played his character perfect.
That's a good pick, though.
What about you?
I have to go with Heath Ledger as a Joker.
I was going to say, somebody better mention Heath. Okay, here's a question, though. Did you ever see Joker with Joaquin?
No, not yet.
It's good.
Watch that, and you will be torn.
Really?
And I love Heath nailed it 100%. He was so good, but they gave the Joker his full
Phoenix
movie, and it's so
adds
good.
a little bit more to it. I think he adds
It's
little bit more menacing.
It's different.
to it,
He was less menacing and more kind of like becoming but it's a different take. But they were both so good.
Heath Ledger changed the whole outlook of the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Well,
in all the Batman series.
Yeah.
Like
He
when
was
you look
less
at when
camp.
Jim Carrey was the Joker,
No, he was the Riddler.
or Riddler, sorry.
Jack Nicholson was
Yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you look at Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Oh.
Man,
He was so real,
oh,
so
it's
gritty.
unbelievable.
Still to this day, the reason I'm mad Heath Ledger died was because I wanted to hear more of those. You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh,
I
man.
wanted to hear those stories. I love how he changed it every
it's
time.
so
it was
good.
so
That
good.
is.
It was so fucking creepy, but so good. And he just tell you a story, and it just came out like. And that was how mad he was he had these like in the bank, and he would just fucking give it to you.
Well, and the guy,
So good.
especially with having a deeper voice naturally, and having on a natural Australian accent,
Yeah.
he nailed every part of that character.
Crushed
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He crushed
Everything.
it. So good.
The
Yeah.
movements, the like looking, even if he
That-
didn't have
that
the face
licking thing?
yeah, if he didn't even have the face paint on, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell it's Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was
No, it was-
he was just a different
great.
person. It was sad to see him go, but
Yeah.
I loved his take on that one. Yeah. But I still think if you liked it, you should watch Joker, because that was just it's a real kind of different style,
Good
but
movie.
still just
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
And see, that is one of the movies like the Joker and even Heath. Like, have you heard how Martin Scorsese and these guys say that superhero movies aren't high art? They're not like Oscar worthy. And I think that's bullshit. Yes, most of them aren't. Like
Did
Marvel,
Joker win
the
an award?
Joker, he won best actor,
actor.
and Heath. I don't know if it was best supporting or best
Well,
actor, but I think it was best supporting.
Joaquin Phoenix, he did what was that movie? He was a firefighter. He did really good in that one too.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though. But no, he's a great actor. He's good.
Signs?
No, that
He
was
he was like a failed baseball
Baseball
player. He wasn't a firefighter. You fucking nut. I can't remember.
Signs was so terrible.
It was. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan. That guy. You want
So
to talk
tired
about a
of his
director to
shit.
let you down?
So tired of his bullshit.
Like, there's a guy who needs to
So,
stop.
funny story about that movie is I think right after high school, me and some buddies went out to his family farm, and they don't live there full time. They just it's like the house is there, and they just go there on weekends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because his grandparents used to farm, and they don't anymore. So when they passed, everybody just kind of goes out there in the week. It's kind of like a little vacation place.
right.
So we all went out there one weekend to go ride dirt bikes and stuff. And we were all sitting down in the living room. We decided to watch movie Science.
What a great
waste of
pick.
time.
Oh, just a bunch of young punks, and then it was like, of course, I get the bedroom upstairs where I like look out the window, and there's the top of the barn right there.
Yeah.
Just like just roll back over.
Close this blind.
My dad always tells me when he saw Jaws as a kid, he wouldn't take a bath for a week afterwards because he was
Really?
fucking scared of the water. Like it was that
My
fucking.
dad doesn't like
That's
Jaws.
that line in the movie is like, we're gonna need a bigger
We're
boat.
gonna need a bigger boat.
You know that was improvised.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. A lot
Yeah.
of lot
Oh, I
of
didn't
great
know that.
movie lines were like.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they have a big list of them.
I love
But-
Jaws, man.
I've never seen it.
I actually have a Funko.
I shouldn't say I've never seen. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen it through its entirety. I know what happens. They kill the shark at the end.
I have a Funko at home of the shark.
The
A
shark.
Funko Pop, and it's got the shark. It's the shark, and with the tank it smells.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
What, man? I collect Funkos. I'm not ashamed to say that.
How about 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Since we're on the ocean
Oh
topic,
God, that was
Which
awful.
which one?
like the original.
The
The
original, yeah.
1967
Yeah.
classic. Holy.
Technically, that's
Yeah.
impossible. A league is a measurement of length, not a measurement of depth. Can't be 1,000 leagues under the sea. I'm just saying. Right there. it's-
What's
the
another
math
good
doesn't
one?
work.
That U571.
U571 was a great movie.
That's a good one,
that's
yeah.
Great
another good
movie.
one.
I was going to say
Hunt
that.
for
we were
Red
talking-
October.
Crap. Total crap.
Never-
Awful.
never-
Terrible movie.
Oh man,
Jesus
you're
Christ.
just crushing my childhood.
That's because
here,
you
man.
pick terrible movies. to
What?
watch.
These movies got me through my life.
I know. And look where you are, bro.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, maybe if you'd picked a few better ones.
That was
Pick
uncalled
some
for.
winners, man.
Ow!
Yeah, I'm just saying. Sorry, bro. I'm just saying you could have picked a few better ones. Like you want to watch like a really good movie. You still haven't watched it. 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing,
I
Missouri.
finished it.
Did you?
Wait.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm still
exactly.
halfway
Because
through
the ending is the absolute just epitome
Chef's
of
kiss.
filmmaking. So good, and it's the best dark comedy I've ever seen in my life. 100%. Should have won the best
From
picture.
what I've
didn't.
watched of it so far, before I lost track.
I think the
of it.
pupper fell asleep.
No, she finally just calmed the fuck down.
Oh,
She's just like, okay, they're not coming back.
I can still hear him.
She might, yeah, she might be asleep too. She's had to run around. But all right, well, how much time we got left on there? Because yeah, we're just about at
7
the end here.
minutes.
7 minutes, okay. All right, well, so we've gone through the over and under, the underrated and overrated. We've gone through like best acting. Now, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Best movie of all time, hands
Oh
down.
man,
Oh come on!
I know that's a hard one, but I'm saying if we're gonna end,
I already
end
know
on a
your
note-
pick.
No, you don't. Because I don't even know my pick right now. Because like I said, like I love Matt Damon, and The Martian is right up there. But there's some that, like 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri is one of them. I mean,
Well, I can't.
Man.
Like, it's hard for me.
okay, then scrub that. Favorite actor, hands down.
Oh.
Like I said, Matty D's my guy. Anything he's in, I'll see. It's not always good. He's made some real stinkers out there, but I mean, The Great Wall of China was fucking good.
Ooh, that was
But-
a shitty movie.
But I love him as an actor, and I will at least give it a try. Some like an actor you just can't say no to.
Okay. I would have to say, hands down, my favorite actor would have to be Carl Urban.
Really?
I like a lot of his movies. Doom
I
is
said
one of my
I can
favorite
name
with
more
him.
movies that he's
do
in
you,
than
do you
can.
have to hate everything he likes?
No,
I know, I
just-
noticed that. It's
It's just he
everything.
never ever brought up Carl Urban ever before.
Well, if I just like say if I like Carl Urban's acting, I just like.
I like
Carl
him
Urban.
too.
I like Carl. Urban.
I think he's a great actor,
know?
but I just you've
But
never.
if you want me legit, I'd say Sean Connery, all time favorite.
okay,
I grew up with
Sean,
him as,
yeah.
as
James Bond,
James Bond. I grew up with him as
The Rock.
the
Rock.
Indiana Jones dad.
Yeah,
he
Indiana
wasn't the
Jones'
Rock.
dad,
He was
The
at the
Rock.
Rock.
He was on The Rock.
He was on the Rock with Nick
I
Cage.
just
That
like
was a good
him. I
movie.
grew up with Sean Connery. I watched a lot.
Sean
of James
Connery's
Bonds.
good. Sean Connery's a solid.
I
dude.
watched all the James Bonds with Sean Connery with my dad. So
I would say the most iconic Bond ever.
yes.
Yeah.
Just because you know
probably.
when you do a Bond impression, I do Sean Connery. You know?
He definitely leaves his mark
He's
on
the guy
women.
who talks through his teeth.
I don't get it.
he beats his wife.
Okay, that's not. It was a joke. Thank you for blunting it up for like Sean Connery.
I'll get a
and his
little
wife.
sappy and I'll say Robin Williams.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Robin Williams
Robin
made some real good
Williams,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, he was good all around everything.
Yeah, he did get into that period where he was trying like Jim Carrey when he tried to be
Well,
like scary,
Yeah, or
creepy.
and then the one where he tried doing the birdcage.
The Birdcage is good.
What are you talking
played
about?
a great game promoter.
I don't think that was his best movie.
It wasn't.
No.
It was a stupid movie, but Nathan Lane was good. Hank Azaria with "When I wear shoes, I fall down."
You know, he's the voice of.
Like every Simpsons
Every-
character
yeah.
ever. Yeah, that guy makes bank.
I didn't like Robin Williams in What Dreams May Come, where he's
What?
dead.
I love that movie.
I did not understand that movie.
Of course you did.
I'm like, are you dead?
It's got
Are you
subtext in
not?
there.
Is this purgatory? Is this hell?
We're gonna
Is
just
this
give you
heaven?
guys a set of boxing gloves.
How
And
did,
just,
what are you talking about? They tell you he's in heaven and he goes to hell to save his wife. How is that a confusing
It was
shift?
It was just
Yes, one was heaven, one
like-
was hell.
oh,
Oh.
The imagery kind of made me confused.
No, but I'm saying they say it at the start of the movie. Hey, you're in heaven.
Really?
I'm going to hell to save my wife. Like that was
Right.
the whole
And
thing.
yours.
My favorite actor of all time. Well, I said Matty D.
Oh,
Matty
okay.
D and everything. Everything. The Bourne movies. Like I said, Martian was probably one of his absolute finest. Goodwill
Okay,
Hunting. School Ties. He was the bad guy in School Ties.
The actress you had a crush on growing up.
Diane Lane.
Really?
Still do to this day.
Diane
Diane Lane, and she's old as shit, and freaking, I still love her.
Oh,
She's
look
great.
at your eyes light up.
Oh God, he's thinking of like everyone.
We need
Tia
to give.
Carrera.
Tia Carrera. Oh, you mean
Relic
Wayne's
Hunter.
World girlfriend? Okay, yeah, she was pretty.
I guess.
I had a thing for her when she was in the Relic. She had a TV show with the Relic
Yeah, the
Hunter.
Relic Hunter was like a.
And oh my
Crappy
god,
version of
I
Tomb
watched her. Oh god, every time she was in XM or Maxim magazine. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Hey,
whoa,
we were
whoa,
just talking about calm
Tia
down.
Carrera, if you're
Gotta
listening, God, I love you. I hope you're still single. Remember, we met at Comic Con here in Regina.
Oh boy.
All right, Tia Carrera. It was a shout out. Put you on Relic Hunter.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus.
No.
You had a crush on Jesus.
Jesus, everybody
I mean, he's a
loves
handsome man.
Jesus. Jesus.
Handsome man. Looks
Jennifer
good.
Love Hewitt.
She was
Ooh,
She
yeah.
was big in the '90s. Yeah.
I'd love to do 3 with the Wild Things.
Okay, calm down.
What? Calm down.
Can't,
Jesus.
what was it?
This is we're not getting that R-rated with the
right.
podcast here.
It was Denise Richards.
Denise
and
Richards. That's right.
I love
Nev
how
Campbell.
I love how you're just ready to throw yourself out there. It's like, guys,
Why don't we-
I'm
why don't we-
available.
Yeah, why don't we segue into who'd you have a threesome with?
Yeah,
you
I'm
fucking
available,
weirdo.
okay?
Calm down,
This isn't Tinder,
man. I'm not looking to hook you up.
but
Tia Carrera, please don't
I
call
could
him.
see you having like one of those '80s like advertisements for I'm single. I like walks on the beach.
If I had to pick,
It sounded like my Tinder profile.
if I had to pick a girl like that was my age, would have been what's her head, Topanga from Boys Meets World.
Oh,
I had a crush on her.
Topanga.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Danielle Fischel, I think was her name.
Yes, Danielle
She's
Fischel.
long gone. Nobody even knows what happened to her.
Well,
But yeah,
I think
had a
we're out
crush
of
on her.
time now on this one. We got a minute left.
All right,
and,
boys. Well,
cheers to Topanga.
Yeah, cheers to Topanga.
And,
Josh, thanks for the new studio, buddy.
Nice.
Fist bumps
Studio,
for
Josh.
Ross.
the new podcast
yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, and we hope you guys enjoyed the show, and thanks for coming out and getting wrecked.
And crabs.
Crabs. Crabs, crabs, crabs.